Activities are sustainable and that our pleasure doesn't damage the very things we have come to enjoy.
The Cairngorms are among the last great wildernesses in this country, and the entire range is Britain's largest nature reserve and now forms part of the Cairngorms National Park, the UK's newest and largest national park. Many parts of this mountain landscape are protected under European environmental law, and we are obliged to operate a visitor management system to help protect it. We call this the Cairngorm Conservation System. The whole area that you are experiencing at present is very important to all of us with the privilege of working here, or playing here, or simply being here. We ask you to respect this very special area, with its unique blend of wildlife, plant life, pure air, and ageless landscapes.
North-facing corries of this part of the Cairngorms create natural bowls, which hold snow deposits and have done so for thousands of years. These natural snowfields first attracted climbers and skiers in the late 19th century and, snow permitting, they still attract them today. In those early days, there were no such luxuries as uphill transport systems, and the early pioneers used to make the long walk in from Glenmore. In the post-war years of the 50s, skiing began to grow in popularity, and the major breakthrough came with the opening of the Hill Road and Car Park in the late 50s. In December 1961, the first mechanically driven chairlift, the White Lady, opened for skiers on Cairn Gorm. Cairngorm Funicular made its first passenger run on the 23rd of December 2001, 40 years to the day on which the original White Lady chairlift was inaugurated. That chairlift, supplemented later by the Car Park chairlift, took over 30 minutes to travel the same journey that we are now able to make in a quarter of that time. It was a journey made in the open air in what can often be described as an alpine Arctic climate, where temperatures can regularly be sub-zero, where biting winds are a regular feature, and where the wind chill factor is substantially higher than on lower ground.
We are now just over halfway through your upward journey and will soon be arriving at the top station, the highest underground station in the UK. You will have climbed from an altitude of 610 metres above sea level to nearly 1,100 metres, and you will be only 120 metres below the summit of Britain's sixth highest mountain.
The top station has 4 levels. When you leave the train, you will pass through the mountain exhibition on level 1, the lowest level in the building. The exhibition tells the story of how climate and weather have shaped this mountain landscape, and how animals, plants, and much more recently man, have adapted to live here in harmony. Moving from the exhibition area on level 1 up to level 2, you will find the shop at the top, ideal for original gifts and souvenirs. From the shop, make your way up to level 3, the viewing terrace, where, weather permitting, you will enjoy some of the most spectacular views Scotland has to offer. The Ptarmigan restaurant on level 4 is accessible from the viewing terrace and offers our own range of mountain fare, including the infamous Cairngorm hot chocolate.
Before leaving the train, we would like to remind you of the Cairngorm Conservation System that is in operation at the top station. It is not possible to exit the building or the viewing terrace and go out onto the mountain. This is in order to help protect the fragile mountain environment around us. We ask you to respect this arrangement. Should you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask a member of staff. We wish you a pleasant visit.
When we come to a complete halt, I'll open actually see the reindeer today. They've been wandering about outside the back of the tarmac building. And the trains are running every 20 minutes. They leave on the hour, 20 past and 22 the hour. You're welcome to come back down on any train. And because we do have the Cairn Gorm conservation system in place, there's no access out onto the mountain from the building or from the Cairn terrace.
Efficient and environmentally friendly. Indeed, when the Cairngorm Funicular has a full downhill carriage and an empty uphill carriage, which often happens at the end of a busy day, the system actually generates electricity, which is fed back into the national grid.
Looking ahead and down the track, you may be able to see the passing loop. The passing loop is exactly halfway along the 1.8 kilometre length of track. It is the only section of double track of route and the only time when the carriages come close together. There are two carriages and they are connected by a steel rope. At the passing loop, carriages always pass on the same side. Carriage 1 always passes on the right going down.
At 1.8 kilometres, our railway is the longest funicular in the UK. It takes passengers between the base station at 610 metres above sea level to the top station, the highest underground railway station in the country, at 1,097 metres, only some 122 metres below the summit of mighty Cairngorm, the UK's sixth highest mountain. Travelling at its maximum speed of 22.5 miles per hour, or 36 kilometres per hour, the journey of just under 2 kilometres can be done in 4 minutes. But, out with the skiing season, no one should be in that big a hurry. We prefer a journey time of some 8 minutes, so that you can enjoy this totally unique experience. Each carriage weighs a total of 15 tons. That's the equivalent of about 12 family cars, and can carry a maximum of 120 passengers standing. This is a bit of a squeeze due to the busy days in winter, and we reduce this capacity for a more comfortable summer journey. The transport system is powered by two 500 kilowatt motors, which are located at the top station. Each carriage is attached to a hull rope, while a lighter counter rope is also attached to the carriages to form a complete loop. The counter rope maintains a tension and cooling system. As the carriage at the bottom is hauled up, so the top carriage descends very much like a lift. As one goes up, the other one goes down. The carriages are connected by the ropes and can only move at the same time. The whole system is operated by computer from the control room at the top.
Moving back to the landscape, many visitors ask about the fencing on the mountain. This fencing is critical to gathering snow on the ski runs in winter. As the snow falls in the wind, it is blown into the fences and gets filled up along the sides. Snow-moving machines called piste machines then move the drifted snow from the side of the fences, spread it out and pack it down on the ski runs. This is quite a common sight in Scottish skiing, to be fairly barren and windswept.
When the snow does eventually melt, it reveals a number of footpath trails, including the All Abilities Trail and the Lower Cass Loop, which leads on to the Cairngorms Mountain Trail. These footpaths have been specially designed to allow visitors to discover the mountain in relative safety and in their own time. If you are very lucky, from these paths you can see most of the plants and birds that inhabit these high parks.
As we approach the end of our journey, on the left, facing downhill, just before we enter the base station, you will see the early stages of a unique mountain garden. This is part of ongoing restoration work on site, and the garden is located on the former site of the old Tulin station. In time, the mountain garden, the highest of its kind in the UK, will become a visitor attraction in its own right.
Okay folks, some of you may have noticed the unusual building that's in the mountain garden. That's our camera obscura. And through the blue door on the side of the Day Lodge building across the way there is a photographic exhibition. These are pictures that have been taken by Cairngorm Mountain staff throughout our past ski seasons, and it lets you see the volume of snow we've had to deal with. The highest part of the track for the funicular is 4 metres off the ground, and we were having to dig the track out every morning when we got into work. That's after digging out the road. The car parks first.